get to meet the community. You get to meet the people that you're playing with every single day.
Here we go. I think we're actually ready to get started. It's going to be King against UnlistedLeaf, and I think the game is about to get started. Let's jump into it. All right. There's a Skarmory there from King, as we see the Azumarill there from UnlistedLeaf. Gonna see a charge move instantly right away. Is he able to connect with it? Oh, that's an excellent. All right, big Sky attack coming out. No shield there either. Azumarill takes a hefty amount right away.
Wow, interesting to see this matchup this early on. Looks like UnlistedLeaf is charging up a move there as well. King opting not to shield, and maybe surprised by the Hydro Pump there, as Azumarill typically carries Play Rough and Ice Beam.
Yeah, so doing a lot of damage there, taking advantage of Azumarill's typing there. Going to see another charge attack. It's going to be an excellent. Is there a shield? Ooh, there's a shield this time around, so that's one shield down for UnlistedLeaf.
UnlistedLeaf now using those bubbles to charge up his next charge move, hoping to get one off. Unfortunately, it looks like King is a little bit faster.
There's another attack coming out right now. Is there going to be a shield? Of course, quite low. Skarmory not going to use the shield there. Gonna bring in a new Pokemon, so King is down, but of course he does have that shield advantage, and he'll be able to knock out this Azumarill and get some energy charged up. And the Psycho Boost you see there is actually ready at this point, so King actually not in a bad position at all, especially against this Haunter, you know, that super effective Psychic type attack. Is there going to be a shield that comes out right now? Excellent, does come out from the Deoxys. No shield, and look at all that damage. Wow, that's a knockout. Great, great turn there for King.
King in a great position here, again with that Psycho Boost, almost charged up, ready to go for super effective damage against this Muck.
Another one coming out, yeah, and this Deoxys, like you mentioned, really one of the best Pokemon. Another excellent attack coming out there. There is the last shield from UnlistedLeaf, but King right now has the Pokemon advantage and the shield advantage. He hasn't used either of his shields yet. Charge move potentially coming out right now. Let's see if there's a shield. No shield, but Thunder Punch really not the strongest attack there you can really have from Muck. So I think King definitely feeling pretty comfortable right now, especially with no shield left from UnlistedLeaf's end. Here is going to be another Psycho Boost, like you mentioned. Super effective damage. Excellent attack coming out there. That will get the, no, not the knockout, but quite close.
Here we go, UnlistedLeaf charging up one more time. King opting to use that shield this time, keep that Deoxys alive just a little bit longer. And charging up towards that last Psycho Boost.
Yeah, and there it is. Yep, doesn't need it. Doesn't even use all his shields. King will take the first game in this best of 5. Really exciting match there. I felt like that was a great demonstration of Deoxys right there.
Absolutely. One of the strongest Pokemon available in the format here. So really, really nice to see its power early on.
Yeah, I think I want to kind of talk about that match. First of all, we only saw 2 Pokemon from King's End. He didn't even need the third one. But, you know, we saw the Skarmory lead right away. And you, like, mentioned that Skarmory is a really strong Pokemon because, you know, it's got great defense, but also has some really strong charge attacks. What do you think about the Skarmory versus Azumarill matchup there? Because, like you mentioned, we actually saw less conventional attack from the Azumarill.
Yeah, typically that's a matchup that goes in favor of Skarmory. But I think King was probably expecting either Play Rough or Ice Beam, and letting that Hydro Pump through for a significant amount of damage might have surprised him a little bit.
Yeah, we're actually jumping right into the second game right now, so both players opting for the Skarmory this time around, and this is kind of a matchup where you're kind of both just trading damage slowly but surely. Skarmory kind of does resist the opposing Skarmory's attacks, and so I don't expect to see like too many shields used earlier on right now.
Right, this will just be a slow matchup, but a very common matchup in the Great League here in Pokemon Go PvP, as both of these players just sort of trading back and forth with these Sky attacks.
We'll see which Skarmory gets the advantage and gets a knockout there. There is a big one from UnlistedLeaf, so King taking some damage, but he is going to retaliate with one of his own. So, you know, both players really not wanting to switch out right now because you're in a pretty good defensive position. You know, even if your Skarmory gets knocked out first, you'll be able to whittle away at your opponents to the point where they'll get knocked out as soon as you bring something in.
Right, and giving up that switch advantage is a pretty big deal in Pokemon Go. There is a 60-second cooldown timer on switches, so if you switch out first, you're really giving up advantage to your opponent there. Yeah,
UnlistedLeaf actually opting to shield this time around, so he will commit one of his shields. Looks like King, however, is also going to opt for a shield of his own. So despite the Skarmory versus Skarmory matchup, both players really wanting to keep it around. We'll see which Skarmory goes down first here right now.
It's just a race to this last Sky attack, and it looks like King's going to get it off first. Charging up that Sky attack there. Great, excellent damage. Is it enough to KO?
Oh, yes, it will be able to. So obviously, good start for King there, being able to get the knockout. Both players have opted for a shield. There's actually an Entei coming out right now. Of course, going to be able to get super effective damage off there, but it does take a little bit before fainting.
King definitely surprised by that Entei. Not exactly a meta pick, so kind of a surprise there.
Yeah, both Pokemon kind of trading right now, but Deoxys, of course, gets some really strong attacks off, is going to use that charge move of the Psycho Boost, gets the excellent. King has been hitting all of these so far, and there is the second shield there committed for Unlisted Leaf, so from now on, he won't be able to shield for the remainder of this match.
Smart play by King there to go with Psycho Boost, knowing that Deoxys does have access to Rock Slide, a super effective move, but using that Psycho Boost, which costs less energy, he's able to save up a little bit extra energy and get the shield from Unlisted Leaf.
Yeah, so both players having committed both of their shields right now, but King definitely in the driver's seat right now, being able to get a lot of damage off there, getting the knockout onto Entei, so it's 2v1, and once again, it's the Haunter. No, we actually switch out, it's into Umbreon. That's such a great Pokemon to switch into the Poison Ghost type of Haunter.
Absolutely, and with no shields remaining, the Umbreon is not too scared of this Haunter's moves. Sludge Bomb is going to deal a good amount of damage, but with Foul Play and Last Resort both ready to go, it looks like King might finish off the Haunter right here.
So pretty cool. This time we did actually manage to see King's last Pokemon, but I felt like that was a great position to switch, where you know you'll be able to switch in something that can take the attacks from the Haunter quite well. And it did so much damage there just with its fast moves.
Right, and it absolutely shows how important it is to hold on to those switches for key moments like that, where you can really gain a big advantage.
Of course, in Pokemon Go PvP, switching, I think, is probably a little bit less frequent than we see, for example, in VGC, just because you only have 3 Pokemon. You can pretty much only switch once in the game, unless the game goes on for a very long time. So, you know, you really have to think, okay, is this the right time to switch? Especially if you do it on earlier in the game, that means your opponent will kind of have the advantage later on, because they'll be able to potentially switch out of a bad matchup. So King's going to take the quick 2-0 lead, and we're going into Game 3. Skarmory from Unlisted Leaf, but King opting for Deoxys this time as a lead.
Looks like King is going to charge up for that Rock Slide. Not able to get it off before Skarmory's Sky Attack here.
So let's see if King is going to opt for a shield right now. Big Sky Attack coming out, no shield, so it does actually a very good amount of damage, but going to retaliate. And oh, look at that animation from the Rock Slide. Going to be able to connect with all of them. There is the excellent from Deoxys, and it does a hefty amount to the Skarmory as well. Of course, opting for Rock Slide, which does neutral damage, as opposed to the Psycho Boost, which is resisted by Skarmory. Looks like there's another charge attack coming out from the Deoxys, going to be the Psycho Boost this time around, maybe trying to bait out a shield. We'll see if Unlisted Leaf goes for a shield, and there is a shield this time.
Great play by King to bait out that shield.
Trading damage here once again. This time, Skarmory going for an attack, but King going to play it safe there, knowing that pretty much any charge move will take out the Deoxys, so will block out that Sky Attack. But really, really nice decision to go for the Psycho Boost earlier. Now he's got both charge moves ready for access. So actually doesn't even need to use it. And that's one of the nice things, right? Being able to build up this energy and be able to launch a huge charge move right away. You see he's been tapping that Psycho Boost. There it is. Big Psycho Boost coming out immediately against this Azumarill. We'll see if a shield comes out here.
Yeah, King able to fire off that Psycho Boost while Unlisted Leaf is still sending out his Azumarill.
Yeah, and King actually managed to save so much energy that he gets 2 charged attacks here. So another Psycho Boost coming out hasn't done so much damage, but you know, the Azumarill now is down to 50%. This Deoxys has basically knocked out a Pokemon and a half.
Absolutely. Great early move by King there. Knowing how much energy that Skarmory is going to take to use its next Sky Attack, is able to finish it off with those just fast moves. And able to charge up and save that energy.
Going to commit the shield this time around. He knows that the Azumarill has the Hydro Pump, which we saw earlier, so excellent shield usage there. Wanting to make sure Skarmory doesn't take too much damage there. Here's going to be a charge move on King's end. Skarmory going to go for it. Going to get the excellent off. Sky Attack coming out. There is a shield from Unlisted Leaf, but of course that's going to be his last shield. So King definitely has the upper hand right now.
Looks like Unlisted Leaf's opting for the switch. Carrying Thunder Punch on that Muck, this might be his last chance to really get some damage in against Skarmory.
Yeah, the Muck is going to have to pull a lot of weight there. Look how much damage it takes from that Sky Attack. Oh my goodness. King definitely in a phenomenal position right now.
No shields left. Thunder Punch is going to come through. Definitely not enough to KO the Skarmory, but enough to threaten it.
Yeah, but at this point for King, he's knocked, you know, the Muck down to such a low health. He still has 1 Pokemon in the back as well. I mean, I felt like being able to bait out that shield earlier on and having enough energy to get 2 Psycho Boosts off consistently against that Azumarill right away was really, really smart energy preservation from King.
Really, really set the pace of the game there. And of course, Azumarill coming out with just a little bit of HP left. Looks like King's going to be able to finish it off without committing to that last charge move.
Yeah, and so Pogokieng will take this very first round